It's good to be out now again, children. Good evening. I must say, we're working on our second season now, thank you very much. And today, I know I say a lot of times that we're gonna show great movies and they end up being crap. Well, today we're going to be showing Return of the Living Dead. Not like some of those other stinkers we get from Carl. I think he pulls them out of his backside, if you know what I'm saying. Have you ever seen this film?
No.
It's a good one. It's scary, and it's got gore, and not Leslie Gore or Al Gore, but it's got lots of gore to it. And it's a great zombie film. And so you children, you try not to toss your cereal. I know I normally say spill your cereal, but this time it's like tossing your cookies, like throwing up, puking. Don't do that. Don't do that anyway. Just sit back and watch Return of the Living Dead on Sir Graveson Show presents. I'll be out here soon.
Stop! Don't do it! Don't play the film.
What?
Don't play the film.
Georgie, you've completely ruined my moment.
I'm sorry, Elliot, but...
It's the Graveson Show, we're on...
Right, whatever, but we're in a real pickle right now. This film is not in the public domain.
Not in the public domain? That doesn't make any sense. It's the domain of the public, and the public, it's...
I'm being serious. This could totally ruin the show and ruin your career.
Career? Anyway, no, this movie has to be shown, and it's a great film.
It is a great film, but we can't legally show it.
I don't understand that. Well, I guess we'll have to do something.
Hey, listen here, kids. Watch whatever's in the other canister that does not say Return of the Living Dead. Period. Anything else. Not this movie.
Pretend, we're going to show this movie and don't worry about it.
We can't.
Yes, we're going to show this.
We can't.
It's good. It's a good one. You just watch it.
If you show this movie, it might just ruin your career.
I don't care.
I can tell we're not getting out of here anytime soon.
I'm being serious, Elliot.
Oh, so am I. I'm being very, very serious, and we're not going to show the movie. Right. Hey, children. Welcome to my show. It's the Cecil Show. Today's movie that I picked is The Robot versus the Aztec Mummy. She's hot in a real ugly kind of way.
How far can the human mind penetrate the mysteries of the great beyond? Who knows? This picture is based upon an extraordinary experiment carried out by Drs. Hughes and Tooney of the University of Los Angeles. There is no doubt as to its authenticity. Testimony of people participating in the experiment, sworn to by a notary public, preclude the possibility of any fraud. This picture is a combination of factual data mixed with fiction.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Dr. Diaz, Dr. Esther, what a pleasure to have you here.
The pleasure is all ours.
I hope you're feeling well.
Very well, thank you. And you?
The same old laborers, always working.
Trying to find new ways to help patients die painlessly.
Please don't choke. But won't you come in? My husband is in there waiting for you.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm most grateful to you for having taken the trouble to come to my home this evening.
It's no trouble, Doctor.
We're delighted. Who'd complain? At having the opportunity of visiting with such a beautiful young lady as your wife, Flora.
Flatterer.
How are you, Pinkate?
Fine, Doctor.
Please sit down, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Dr. Diaz, Dr. Esther, I've taken the liberty of calling you here because I think it's time I revealed something very serious.
Let's hear it then.
It's about the Aztec breastplate and the bracelet, gentlemen.
How's that? Why, the whole thing was forgotten long ago. It's a closed book, Doctor.
And that's exactly what I thought, too. But things have happened lately that I think you two should know about. My friends, be patient and allow me to tell you a story. Although you already know part of the history, there are some things that you ignore. I think the best thing to do is to begin at the beginning. You both recall, do you not, that occasion years ago, 5 to be exact, when we held a convention on psychiatry in this city. I attended and gave a talk on the results of my studies related to the regression of a patient to a past life through the use of hypnosis. My theory was greeted with amazement and incredulity by the members of the convention. Among others attending that day were you, Dr. Esther, and you, Dr. Diaz. You both had come with Dr. Krupp, and my theory was made the subject of ridicule, and I left the convention bitter and defeated. I got to the house feeling unsure of these ideas. I'd been squelched, but I just couldn't accept the other opinions of my theories. I was sure they could be proven. That night, Flora offered to undergo a hypnotic test. She was fully aware of the danger of the experiment. Assisted by her father and by Pinkate, I hypnotized her. During her past life, Flora had lived among the great peoples of the Aztec. She told us such strange things, amazing things. Far back in those ancient years, her name had been Xochi. She was deeply in love with a brave and high-born warrior called Popoca. Their love was so strong that it would not answer to reason. So they decided to run away, even though it was her sacred duty to preserve her maidenhood and be sacrificed to the god Tecatlicopa. But they were discovered by the tribal priests. As punishment, the warrior was buried alive, and an eternal curse was placed upon him.
Wake up.
Hell yeah!
Hey, what's going on? Hello, children, and welcome to our show. This week's we're going to show.
Did you hear a thing I said?
I don't know, Georgie. I was like sleeping there for a minute, and why? What? This was not a dream?
It was not a dream. Dude, we're gonna lose the show because of this.
Oh, listen, Georgie. Only a bunch of snot-nosed kids watch the show. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I mean, really.
Run! It's the popo! It's the popo!
Hey!
It's the popo!
You are gonna get back behind that camera and you're gonna film everything. And I mean everything.
But listen, I cannot let them get their porky little fingers on me.
Just shoot the stuff!
Since the mummy had stayed under tons of boulders and the bat had been sent to prison, of course we thought the whole business had come to an end. But it didn't happen that way. The bat, who is really the infamous Dr. Krupp, he broke out of jail. In his mad determination to get my treasure, he kidnapped my daughter. and Flora, and then hypnotized her.
Do tell us the rest, my friend. Then what happened?
In this state, she took the doctor to the Aztec tomb. He immediately located the mummy, taking the breastplate and the bracelet. Well, Krupp called me on the phone not too much later. I was ordered to go there and decipher the hieroglyphics to enable the demon to locate the treasure.
And you agreed?
Can't you see that I had to obey? To save my wife who had been kidnapped by the doctor, and my little girl.
But there's another thing that you should know. It'll surprise you to hear that Krupp once said that he needed that Aztec treasure to work on an experiment. He also said that the experiment, of course, was costly.
Now you know how I was forced to do it. I went to Krupp's laboratory and began to decipher the hieroglyphics. In the hands of those criminals, our lives were in grave danger. Our only hope was that the mummy, guided by unknown forces, would be able to find Dr. Krupp's hideout just the way he had found my house on a previous occasion. I dragged the thing out as much as possible, but the moment arrived when I could stall no longer. I finished it.
That's fine.
I hope you'll keep your promise now and set us all free, Doctor.
Eh? Oh, yes. You know what to do now, don't you, Bruno?
Just what are you going to do? Murder us?
What do you think?
You unscrupulous pig!
Help me! Can't you hear? No! Help me! No! Please help me! Help me!
The mummy realized who the criminals were and settled accounts with them. Then when he saw the doctor trying to escape, he picked him up like a rag doll and threw him into a pit full of rattlers.
Ah! Ah!
Afterwards, with the breastplate and the bracelet in his hand, he slowly shuffled away into the darkness and soon was lost from sight. I'll never forget the strong affection I had for Flora's father. Such a kind man whose intelligent advice brought about our salvation.
And the mummy went back to the pyramid?
No. The explosion destroyed his temple. He had no reason to go there.
In that case, can't you tell us where he is?
Permit me to continue. All these tragic happenings couldn't go unattended. So I went to the police, and they heard the whole story. Then I returned to Krupp's hideout, accompanied by the chief of police and a couple of his men. You can imagine our surprise when we discovered the place was completely empty. The laboratory had been dismantled, and the bodies of the criminals that the mummy had killed had also disappeared. Continuing our search, we hurried to the snake pit. I was awestruck when I realized that the body of Dr. Krupp was no longer down there. Then, to our horror, we discovered that there was a small door in the back wall of the pit, through which the doctor could have escaped. Obviously, the doctor had escaped, and strangely, I don't think he'd been bitten.
The man's running loose.
So that would mean that the doctor kept trying to come by those articles so that he could locate the treasure.
You're right, my friend, he did just that. He began to bother us a couple of weeks later. It happened quite suddenly, you see. One dark night.
This is a creature from the lost world. A creature created by you. With Mattel's strange change machine, you turn time capsules into weird creatures. You control the compression chamber, which turns these creatures back into capsules. Be the creator of a lost world with Mattel's strange change machine.
This is the house.
Do you really think this plan of yours is going to work, Doc?
You'll see. Now, I want you to be quiet. Keep still and don't make the slightest noise. Flora, it is my wish that you come to my side. Flora, I command you to come to me. Flora, I command you to come to me. Flora, are you listening? Come here to me. Flora, do not try to fight it. Come here. You can hear the waves that are being sent out by that mummy, can you not? I know well that you're able to lead us to him.
Yes, I can.
Then tell us, where is Papoka?
In the ancient cemetery.
Come with me.
What are you doing here? Answer me! What are you doing here?
Come now, Flora. Come on, we must hurry.
Evening, sir. I'm Agent O'Bannon. This is my partner, Agent Quigley. We're with the public domain, please. May we talk with you about an urgent matter concerning your show?
Sure, come on in.
never find me. I'm a ninja.
Where's the Georgie?
These are domain police, Elliot. I told you something was gonna happen.
Holy sh! Looks like the wimp got in trouble with the police.
Is this the place?
Yes.
You devil. You stinking devil. Oh, I'd like to chop your rotten flesh to pieces.
It'd certainly be great to do so, but you know it's not possible now. We're going to make my experiment, so we must wait.
Wait. Wait. When I got so much hate eaten down deep inside of my guts, you ain't got no idea what it is to live like this. Hiding myself from everyone and everything. Just because of that stinking monster.
Calm down now. I promise you that he'll be destroyed. But give me time. Just a little time. It won't be too long before you can have your revenge. Let me get the breastplate first, the bracelet. So near to them, and yet so far because I can't touch them. It's too dangerous to do it. He'll wake up in an instant and destroy us. But I'll get them back. I swear it. No matter how long it takes me. You devilish mummy. Come on, we better go now. We'll be needing a lot of time if the plan I have is going to work out.
Anything you say.
Come, Flora. Now listen to me well, Flora. You'll go up to your room, and you'll go to sleep. And when you awaken, you'll act quite normally. And you won't recall a thing. Do you understand? You won't recall a thing. Now walk. Go on. Go on.
All right, boys and ghouls. We got a special treat for you today. It's low-budget rock by none other than my friends, the
potato, 2 potato, 3 potato, 4. 5 potato, 6 potato, 7 potato,
I'm bleeding.
Ooh, oh, I. Oh, whoop, 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 whoop.
Oh, don't do it again.
Well, good morning.
Good morning, sweetheart.
You must have been very tired. We were waiting down here to have breakfast with you. We could both eat a horse.
Bacon and eggs, like always?
Nothing for me, Maria. I have a terrible headache, dear.
What's that you've got on your gown?
It's all dirty. That's funny.
You've been down in the cellar.
No, sweetheart. I don't know.
But look at your slippers. They're all muddy.
Oh, come on. What have you been up to?
Nothing. It's funny. These are new slippers. I just bought them. And now they're dirty.
I think you went out last night.
No. After I took my bath, I went to bed because I was tired.
Yes, but you got up later on, didn't you?
I did? No.
Yes, because I woke up a couple of times and you were not in bed.
No, you're mistaken, darling. I assure you I didn't leave my bed for a second.
You went out last night, honest, Mom.
Come on, let's forget the whole thing for now, all right? Remember, she has a great imagination. Tell me, has your headache passed?
No. I'm going to lie down for a while. Excuse me, please.
You children go out and have your breakfast.
Yes, Daddy.
Come on, Piquet, I want to talk to you.
Oh, boy, what a liar you are. You shut your big mouth. You're the liar.
Piquet, I'm very worried. This attitude that we've observed in Flora is not normal. What's more, I'm afraid that the bat has something to do with this.
Then you really think that child was telling the truth about it? And that her mother got up and went out?
Yes. It's quite probable.
But Flora insisted she didn't leave her bed for a second.
Because she can't recall anything. When she got up last night, she was sleeping.
I don't understand it. It seems impossible.
I'll tell you what I think. She was hypnotized and could be under post-hypnotic suggestion. So it seems to me that the bat controls her from a distance. It's logical. This strange attitude with Flora indicated that unscrupulous villain Krupp made her leave the house during the night.
But where did they go to?
Can't you guess what he's trying to do? You certainly know what he's after. The breastplate.
And besides that, the bracelet.
Precisely, Pinkate.
Then you think that she was made to go along with Krupp, and he wanted her to guide him to find the mummy.
Exactly, and you and I must go there. I'm going to find out if that scoundrel stole those objects.
But that'll be difficult. You can't investigate without any clues.
Yes.
Listen to me a second. Suppose we took her slippers to the laboratory to have that mud analyzed. That could help us, don't you think?
Yes, that might just be the solution. We'll take them, but I don't think she should find out. We'd better do it all in secret. Come on.
Yes, no, I'm quite sure. It's embedded in the dirt. Of course, it's a small quantity, Doctor, but your suspicions are correct. They're pieces of marble.
You're sure it's marble?
Can you identify its source? Is it a special kind?
No, it isn't, but it's a fine quality. It might be a Carrara marble, I can say that. It's used in the construction of mausoleums, as far as I know.
Thank you.
This is the last cemetery. We've seen all the others. If we don't find anything here, we'd better forget about it.
Hello there.
Good evening. Tell me, are you the watchman here?
Yes, sir. Anything I can do for you?
Oh, yes. We'd like to ask you a few questions.
We'd like to know if you've seen anything strange the last few weeks or more recently. Anything very suspicious in or around the cemetery pertaining to one of the graves.
Are you from the police?
Yes, that's right, my friend, and we're after a very dangerous criminal whom we suspect has been hiding in one of the cemeteries around the city.
Well, the fact is, something pretty doggone curious did happen. Just 2 nights ago, I was surprised to run into a young woman here wearing a kind of white robe. She seemed to be asleep, and 2 men entered the grounds with her. And when I asked them who they were, one of the guys slugged me, and they left me out cold here on the ground.
Then we'll be taking a look around the grounds.
You can do anything you want. Anything you want.
You see, I was right. At last, we're on the trail.
Now the tough part is yet to come, because we've got to walk around till we find the mummy.
Look, we'd better separate now. Go that way, Pinkate. I'll go over there. Go on.
So, what seems to be the issue here? I mean, what are we talking here?
The issue is your intention to show a film that is not protected by copyright laws.
But we didn't show it, so no harm, no foul, right?
Right.
Not exactly. We have you on 10. We still have to find you.
Correct.
Fine? What are we talking about? What sort of fine?
A rather exorbitant fine of $1 million.
You want $1 million?
Now, wait a minute. No one is paying for anything. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Horace Winklepicker. I'm the attorney for Sir Graveson, the show.
Yeah, he's our attorney.
Yes, an attorney. I'm an attorney. And no one is paying for nothing. What's the offense?
The offense is there was intent to show copyrighted information.
That's what they keep telling us, Horace. I don't know what they're talking about.
I know everything.
See?
Gentlemen, agents, let's take a walk to my office and talk about this. No one in this show has a pot to piss in. I'm pretty sure no one in this show has pot. No, what's the offense for non-payment?
Immediate incarceration.
What an idiot.
Edward, come here.
What happened?
Look.
Come on. Look, the breastplate and the bracelet.
They didn't take it.
All this I've just told you occurred almost 5 years ago. We visited the crypt from time to time to take a look at the mummy, with its breastplate and its bracelet, too.
And the bat, is he still around?
You know, he disappeared from sight. Then, just a couple of days ago, we read an article that is very interesting. We were profoundly surprised by it. According to the article, a couple of nights before, a cadaver had been robbed from the amphitheater.
And the individual who did it was the bat, of course.
Yes. In the beginning, we had some doubts, since the man who had been attacked couldn't offer us a description of his assailants. But later on, our suspicions were confirmed. Yesterday, there was a burglary in the Radiology Institute. The thieves took a machine that uses radium. They also stole a brain out of a laboratory. This time, the police were able to identify the crooks as the Bat and all his band. As a matter of fact, they were almost captured.
Are there any good clues, Doctor?
Lead is the only metal capable of resisting radiation. Lead material in this city is handled by many wholesalers. After visiting the first 3 or 4... good morning, sir.
Good morning. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
We're sorry to be a bother to you, but is it just possible that lately you sent out a large shipment of lead? Could you give me that information?
In the last 2 days?
Or it could be a week, more or less.
Well, let me check. We keep a record of our shipments in this book. Yes, here it is. Exactly 5 days ago, we made delivery of 20 plates of lead shielding 4 inches in width to number 22 Shade Street.
Many thanks.
You're welcome.
After investigating for days, at last we got the address. I think that Bat had made his hideout there, or his laboratory.
Well, I don't see why this thieving Dr. Krupp would go to the effort of stealing radium, a complete human brain, and also the body of some man.
Do you recall that the Bat once told Flora that he was working on a new experiment? I think that is the explanation.
It's possible. But there's no doubt that Dr. Krupp and his criminals are planning to cause trouble.
Certainly, that's also my opinion. Now, I'll tell you why I called you here tonight, gentlemen, because you both are scientists, and you'll be able to combat the situation. Just in case we end up being murdered.
You mean to say you two are thinking of going there without taking the police along?
Yes, because you see, we're still not sure that that's the Bat's laboratory. And the police still don't have much faith in us because of what happened before. Flora, in case we're not back here at the house by 3 in the morning, I'm leaving it up to you to call the police.
Edward.
Look, I just spent months getting Elliot out of jail so that he could take this gig. There's no money to be had here. Okay? So why can't we figure out a way to sweep this under the rug?
Well, maybe there is one way.
Okay. Let's discuss it.
Great going, Rusty. Now we're gonna have to show the crappy movie again. Stupid.
I decided to create a man. A breathing body. A real man. And I have made that dream come true. There you have the greatest creation of man's intelligence. A human robot, Doctor. Tonight I'm going to find out. Tonight I'm going to put it to the supreme test. I'll activate the creature.
But this is monstrous, Doctor.
If it lives, then my triumph will be complete, Dr. Amata. Because I'll get the treasure, and I'll be rich. This thing I created has enormous power, and you'll watch it. Now then, life for the robot. Doctor, watch this.
.30 already.
Don't you think it would be better to call the police now?
I don't know what to do.
No. Let's all wait till 3 a.m. and respect the doctor's wishes.
Suppose they're in danger.
Oh, this is great, Doctor! The greatest invention!
Good, he's coming back.
I want everyone to listen.
Okay,
this whole situation is gonna go away. Just give these two men,
okay,
exactly what they want.
Well,
What do they want?
You are, and the clock is ticking.
One of you owes us a favor.
I'll be right back. There's something I need to wrap up.
what kind of favor?
What favor?
I think you know.
Oh, you know, a favor.
No, I don't. What the favor? A party favor? What? Ooh. Hey, Vampon.
What?
Stop you playing with your phones there for a second. Let's come over here. We got something we need to talk to you about for the gentleman here. Hey, yes. Please, thank you. Listen, these gentlemen would like for everything else to go away, and in order for that to happen, you've got to do that favor thing. To do a favor. Listen, I don't. Stop!
Pimping me out on this show? What do you think you're doing?
Listen. What if I show them your audition tape?
So I hear you guys are here to do some serious investigating. I have something you can investigate.
We're sorry, ma'am. We certainly do want to investigate that. You guys know what we want. Step aside.
You can see it standing there. A marvelous machine, a tribute to the great intelligence of man. A human robot. With this shining creature, no human being on this earth can oppose me. Do you understand? Do you know what could have happened to you right now? Had I not diminished the electric force, the current that makes him move, and that is contained in this apparatus? With the slightest twist of this dial, you two would have been converted into atomic dust instantaneously. Because the robot utilizes radium and has sufficient power to disintegrate anything in the world. Tonight, it meets the mummy. Bruno, prepare the special plates. The lead will shield my truck. Hurry, time is flying. Tonight, my robot has to make a visit, you know, in a certain cemetery. What time is it? 10 minutes to 3. I told you there's no time to lose, Bruno. Hurry, get going!
I want the police. It's urgent. Headquarters, I want to talk to the chief of police.
I want you to stop and think about this. A new kind of world. An army of robots obeying me. The human species. Sheep obeying my orders. A new theory that man has not dared imagine. I'll make some more. Maybe 1,000. Now that I know how, the rest is easy. But for that, I need money. The treasure of the Aztecs. That's why tonight the mummy will give me what I want.
Boss, it's all set.
Fine. You two will stay here and guard our distinguished friends. They mustn't get away. They're an extremely important cog in my plan. I'm sorry that I can't take you along, but you'd only get underfoot. But I'll return, gentlemen, to inform you that I could destroy the mummy. And with the gold breastplate and bracelet in my hands, you'll begin once more to translate the hieroglyphics. This time you're helpless, because no one knows you're here. Dr. Amata.
Let's hurry. I'm afraid for their lives.
Come on, get him! Come on, let's go! Come on! Lock it! Come on, get it! Give me that gun! Come on!
Ha! I guess you really screwed that up for us. Thank you very much. Now you're stuck with us forever. Well, kids, back to this crappy movie.
Flora.
What happened here?
Chief, you can arrest those 2 men there in the other room.
Come on.
Dr. the Bat has gone to the tomb where the mummy is. Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Rusty, where are you?
I'm over here.
Idiot. Listen, children, these nice men here, they are wondering, they want something from us, and no one seems to know what it is.
Graveson, I think I know what it is they want.
You do? Ooh. I knew I had you around for some kind of other reason.
The clock is ticking.
George, how much do you like this show?
I love the show.
You would do anything for the show, correct?
Of course.
Now, listen. In order for our show to continue on, these men, they have a favor to ask. So, how much...
What? Are you serious?
Maybe. I mean, how much do you really love the show, Georgie?
Well, I really love the show.
Well, good. You're a real trooper.
Sure.
Thank you, buddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here now.
Let's get this over with.
Listen, I think you should just slow down. I don't think you really understand what it is we want.
I don't think anybody understands what you guys want. What do you want?
What's that?
Okay, listen. I don't know what you guys want. Nobody seems to understand what's going on. Georgie here, he's all panicky, as you can tell. Vampon, you made her go cry, which I've never seen before, thank you. But it's just crazy. We don't know what you want.
You could have just asked.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so what is it you fellas want?
But first, back to our movie.
The answer is... Oh. Oh, well, Be my guest.
Can I help you fellas?
May we? Oh, please. Have fun. Toodles.
Where are we going, gentlemen?
Did we get rid of him?
Almost.
Great. Then my work here is done.
Well, children, that was a great thing there. Well, I think all in all, it all came out okie dokie, Smokey, and join us next week, because there will be one, for another great public domain film. So we're gonna run the credits now, and Vampon.
What?
What did you have fun this evenings? It was a good time, huh? Yeah. All this excitement and whatnots, agents and all that sort of whatnot, and I'm just gonna lay down here and enjoy resting until next week, children. For the Sir Graveson Show presents. Oh my God, it's crazy.
This show sucks.
Hi. I just thought I'd call and say, hi.